you.
Hello, everyone. We are live. Go ahead.
That's your introduction, Cherry.
Yeah, there's no video today.
Hi
This is
guys, welcome to iHeart BBW Live, where Cherry is going to talk about branding sex work.
We have a few tips for branding for your sex work. If you're a beginner, I'm just gonna give you some info that I find very valuable, like my top 10 tips. Obviously, there's so much more to it, but I just summarized it to the top 10. But if you want to, we can all introduce ourselves to begin this and get into what we do for our brands.
Hi. I am Carrie Platinum Pussy Anthony, the CEO of iHeart BBW. I've been in the industry for 20 years. That's a long damn time. And
Mhm.
you are watching iHeart BBW Live. Make sure you're using hashtag iHeart BBW Live or iHeart BBW on all social media or iHeart BBW COM. And what do I do for branding? I keep it safe for work anywhere on the public internet. And if they want to see the goodies, they got to go behind a paywall. And that's where I'm able to show them. I've even taken my Twitter and made my Twitter, which used to have a combination of just pretty much anything. And even though it's still the wild, wild west, I keep it PG. So that's what I do. Next.
Big Cherry. You can find me on bigbigcherry.com, on OnlyFans, on Twitter, Big Cherry. And you there can find other links. I will go into what I do for my branding, which is what I'm here to talk about, but I'll continue with Missy if you want to tell them where to find you.
All right. Hi, my name is Missy Deep. You can find me on Twitter at Missy Deep X or my Insta, which is just at Missy Deep. And for my branding, God, I'm a little bit like everywhere with the branding, but I definitely present myself like on social media as more like a playful, like bratty kind of person. But honestly, my brand does revolve heavily around how I interact with my followers.
Nice. What about you, Asula?
Hi, I'm Azula Storm. You can find me at Azula Rain on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, or you can find me at azulastorm.com. For branding purposes, I try to brand myself as your big breasted, goth, nerdy girlfriend who you can nerd out with, but who's also like mega hot.
What about you, Daisy? You're muted. Da- Daisy, you're muted.
I did that on purpose because my brand is definitely the goofy one, so I did it intentionally. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
totally. Oh, yeah, totally
Oh, for
planned. Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
That's what they
yeah.
all say.
Dizzy
Right.
Daisy.
No, but I really would say like my brand is more like I don't want it sounds like egotistical to say like more relatable, but like I definitely hear that a lot from my fans. It's like it doesn't feel fake or forced or like a persona. I just try to be really real and have fun with it. I'm learning, as my fans learn about me. Um, and yeah, so that's my
And
brand.
what about you? Awesome. What about you, Giggles?
Hi, I'm Giggles. You can find me on
Slut.
IG and
Just kidding, just kidding.
I
She
and
giggles and
I
wiggles.
don't, I don't really have a brand yet.
Giggles does well with her branding. This is one thing that I would say. I've seen Giggles giggling a lot. So that's great name right there. Like she's always giggling. Th- That's branding. Like that is
Slut.
great.
Oh! We're not talking about
Oh
this,
We
my
are
gosh.
talking about this. Slut.
Harry.
Okay, I'm gonna dig into the first one because the first tip is very easy. You have to identify your audience. You have to know who you are trying to get, right? In this case, in sex work, we all know what we're trying to get, right? We're trying to get subscribers, people that pay for the goodies. So we
Money.
have to. yeah, money. We do want money. So we need to put ourselves out there and show them that we offer that. Like it's very important to do that. There's a lot of people that want to get into the industry and they create this brand on social medias and everything, but it never tells them that they actually have available platforms that do sex work and all that, unless they look at the links, which they probably are in their bio. But when they look at the content, they don't see that. Now Carrie said that she does everything safe for work. You can still do that while hinting a little bit here and there that you do have that content back here. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to put it all in display and do the spread eagle everywhere to let them know that you have that content and that they can ask that.
But let me
Go ahead.
explain why. One, there's two reasons why. The first one is that it's pretty obvious what I do because my name is Platinum Pussy. Like it, I
Yeah.
think that's a pretty obvious combination, right? But
Yep.
secondly, one of the things that I remember working long before this being a sex worker is when I worked in the music industry. I remember that people always imagine celebrities being naked, and what are really popular? Celebrity sex tapes, right? Why? Because we normally don't get to see them naked. So for me, what I realized is that we often over sexualize ourselves because we're in sex work, and oftentimes just being who you are is already a draw, and then the rest is all bonus. And so I kind of went back to that strategy, and it's been extremely effective. In fact, it's built my brand in a different direction that has been more lucrative and more consistent. So that's why I do it. Again, my name's Platinum Pussy, so it's pretty obvious. I'm out here, you're going to want to see it because you're going to be like, is it really platinum? So yeah.
We lost the host.
The hostess with the mostest.
Yeah, I am here. There we go. Okay.
I
No,
was
but what
like,
you
we're
said
all
is
like,
right.
hello.
Sorry about that. um, what you said is very important. Like, with your name alone, people know. And that's my second point. When you choose a name that describes your personality, the services you offer, maybe, or something that's so unique that is very memorable. That's very important. And also, when you do your branding, now that social media is so important to do these kind of things, it's important to research before you settle into something if it is across all platforms available for you, because you want to keep it consistent and have the same name everywhere. So it is very easy to go, oh, I'm gonna be like we've been talking about how I want to change my name to Sherry Poppins. The reason why I haven't changed my name to Cherry Poppins is because I looked up online and there's already so many Cherry Poppins. Cherrypoppins.com is not available. So I was like, definitely not going to do it because I want to keep a consistency that when people look up that name, I'm the only one that shows up or I'm going to be at the top. You know what I mean? So that's
Which is
very
what
important when you start this.
which is why I spell my name with two Z's instead of two S's, which worked for me tremendously because one, if you put the S's, obviously, then it's already a
You're banned.
violation.
Yeah.
Right. But secondly, when you Google it, if you would have put in platinum PUSSY, you would have found everything but me. But when you put in PUZZY, guess who
Mhm.
you find? And they both mean the same thing. But real quick, Daisy came up with something called 60 seconds to Snapchat so we can let people on our Snapchat know that we're on YouTube live.
Yes.
So everybody grab your phone.
Wait, it's
Find your
11:11. Manifest
I'm
something
on my.
too.
Ooh.
Oh
All right.
yes,
High
let's
viewer
manifest
counts.
20 viewers tonight at one time. So I'm gonna take a quick little.
Selfie
We're all gonna
time.
do selfies. Hey y'all, we're live on YouTube. Come see us. And then I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm
put
just
the
gonna do a
link.
little bit of booty.
Oh shit, y'all don't want to hear it though.
YouTube.
Shut up. This is the part that I hate.
See, see,
No, we gotta hear it until I get it. Okay, we got it. We got it. Okay. Which was a great
Okay.
idea, Daisy. Great idea.
A great
Okay.
idea. Thank you, Daisy. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the other day when I was running the Tipsy Tuesday, I was doing like stories and everything while we were on the live, and I was like, I need a minute. Like, just give me 1 minute, I will get it all done. So that's great.
I was definitely cooking, and then I was like 60 seconds to Snapchat. Yes.
Yeah, she texted me and I was like, that's a really good idea.
It's a
YouTube.
great
Okay, I put the
idea.
right
I
link.
just posted
Okay.
mine. You know who should do this? Rizzy. Jesus Christ. Anytime Rizzy posts me on her Snapchat, I seriously get hundreds of requests. It's insane. It's
I block
insane. Last
most of
time I got
them.
like 300. You're blocked.
What?
Ooh, ooh, I see
Ooh,
you.
Hey.
yeah. Booty, 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 booty rocking everywhere. And if you're in the
You
audience,
know
we
what
want you
else?
to do it too. Go to your Snapchat, your Instagram story, or wherever that you post on social media, and make sure you tag youtube.com/iHeartBBW or the iHeartBBW COM account and tell people we're live right now. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
And
Yes.
hi,
Thank you for
Applebomb. This is shout out to
participating.
Applebomb. She comes here all the time. I love her. I love that. Okay, so we talked
Yes.
about the name already, why it's so important. You already see that even when you don't make posts that are too out there, if you pick a name that gives a little hint, it will be enough for people to know that you do sex work. Another one of my biggest tips for people that do sex work here is consider purchasing a domain. The domains are quite cheap, to be honest. Like if you buy it from Google, it's $12. And what that does is that it doesn't matter what platform you use, it doesn't matter what website you're on. When you have a domain, that name it won't change even if you get banned from a page or decide to change platforms. Right now there's a lot of people leaving OF and they're joining loyal fans or other pages. But guess what? If they don't have a domain that people knew already, it will be difficult for them to get people to move to those other sites. If you have your domain, you can forward it to where you want them to fall into. So it's very important. Yeah, it's one of the first things that I recommend everyone that I work with that I see that they have the old links websites and everything. I'm like, why haven't you bought your domain? Like, just get it.
The
Just your
other thing that it
name.com.
does is it legitifies your business. So when people are looking for you online and you don't have a website, they're like, because social media does not count as being legitimate. Having an OnlyFans page does not consider you to
Yeah.
be a legitimate business. So having that domain also establishes that it's your intellectual property. So if for any reason you get into a situation where you want to trademark your name, you need to have your domain. These are things that they're going to require you to have already established. The second thing that it does is sites come and go. OnlyFans here today might not be here tomorrow. When you have a domain, I've had the same domain for like 15 years. I have been on my domain has gone to Clips for Sale, ManyVids, OnlyFans, Loyal Fans, all my links, Linktree. I had a website at one time. The great thing about having that domain is that no matter where my main content is or wherever it is that I want to direct sales, my website has never changed. And one of the things that I teach people is to create subdomains, which is rather than having only platinum, loyal platinum, minivids platinum, Pornhub platinum. What I do instead of buying a whole bunch of domains is I use that same queenofbbw.com and then I redirect fans.queenofbbw to whatever fan site I'm on. Site.queenofbbw.com goes to whatever site I may be on, whether it's adult member sites or Model Central or a standalone WordPress. Wishlist.queenofbbw.com goes to my wish list. I don't know what my wish list link is. It's amazon.com
Yeah.
/ Z lowercase t 14 question mark. I don't know. It's a bunch of shit. Right. Calendar /
Jeff
shift.
Bezos icon with his face.com.
Right. So when people are like, well, what's your Amazon wish list? I easily just say wishlist.queenofbbw.com and
Yeah.
boom, there you are. You get right to my wish list. So having your domain helps simplify all of the different places that you may be. And like when I got kicked off of Instagram, the great thing about having Instagram.queenofbbw.com, all I had to do was go in there and change it to my new page.
And
So
does everyone here have their own domain? I mean, I see Azula has it. I know Carrie has it. Daisy, Giggles. Okay, Giggles, but we working on this. Missy, do you have your own domain?
I'm actually working with someone else to get it done.
Okay, so we're getting it done. But I was gonna say, like, ideally, you could have your own website, of course. Like, that's the goal, to have your own page with everything very well done and everything. But if you're initially getting into this, just get a links website, initially at least, that you can use with your domain forwarding there, and it goes to all of your pages. Like, if you cannot do the subdomains, or you cannot do your own website, do that at least. Um,
Can
one
I
of
say
the
something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I really think your best bet is to have a link page. And here's why. Managing and paying for a standalone website is expensive. And to be honest with you, because fan clubs have made that instant gratification with the messaging and all that thing, like I feel like the links, like especially Linktree, their premium package that you can get like all the perks as a member is so worth it, because you can have a video background. They now have like YouTube, Spotify, like all, like it's so easy to just add your links. And they have, you can add Cash App, which I do not recommend doing, but they're expanding so that your link page is really like the website that you need without all the extra stuff that you don't need. So with WordPress, you have a blog, you have all these different things, and like if you are like if you're managing, let's say 5 clip stores and you have all these different things, then maybe a standalone website might be for you. But personally, I feel like the links thing is the best bet, just because it simplifies the process. It's easy to update. They have an app on your phone, and it just keeps the cost pretty minimal and gets the job done. And that's really what you want to do, is just know where to send your fans. And that's what Linktree for me, that's what it does. Just my advice. I also own 100 domains and probably 30 WordPress websites. So I speak from experience when I say, and you know, the whole like website membership thing is not what it used to be. People are not really paying to be a part of a membership website, waiting for content to be updated every week, because that's really kind of how that works. And that's again because we have the instant gratification fan club platforms now that take that, I can join your fan club platform right now, and the likeliness that you'll send me a message pretty quickly, that's what I'm looking for. They're looking for that direct access to you, rather than just going and seeing what kind of content you're going to update every week, when I can go to your fan club and you're probably going to update every day. So not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, like, those websites were like super popular 20 years ago, not so much. Okay, that's it. Sorry.
Carrie, you're on mute.
Sorry. Getting into
I'm like, okay, awkward
getting
silence.
into the bio sites and all that, like that's part of what the third one is, well, fourth one. um you gotta create a strong, coherent, short bio for all your socials, and also for your link pages. They also require it, well, not require, but it would be great for you to put a bio on top, that it just includes what you offer, what you know, what they can find on your page, basically what your personality is like. You can throw something a little bit in there, but it's very important to create one that you can use across all platforms. So that is part of the planning of your brand. What do you want to say? In my case, I have very simple words. I will say that when we talked about the beginning, identifying your audience and all that, and what your personality is gonna be in sex work, I initially was like, I'm an ever changing person. I don't really have a niche. I'm a switch. Like I am a Gemini. I change my hair every damn week. Like I was like, I don't have a defined thing, but that is actually my thing. That I give a lot of variety and I do a lot of different things. And my subscribers honestly don't know what I'm coming up with next week. So so they're used to that, but that's part of my brand. So I precisely wrote, I am a switchy, bratty, you know, Latina BBW. Like those are keywords that people are gonna look for. Those keywords. That's the next thing. Keywords are so important. You already know how the porn industry works. Either if we don't like the keywords, we still know what they are. We know that if you're not a fit girl, you are a BBW. We know that if they consider your background, so Latina, I have to add it up there. You know what I mean? Because people are looking for those keywords. So just make sure to look at who you are and look at, where those things would apply, to make sure that when people are searching, they can find you, or when they see you, they know what you're offering to them, because you don't want people to subscribe to your page so later they go and see and it's not what they thought, and they do a chargeback, even though there's people that do that just for the, go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's do a brief little thing. So my advice is that you should have 5 niches that your brand identifies with. 5, I don't want to say maximum, but a good 5 strong niches. And let's not use BBW because we're on iHeart BBW. That's the obvious one. So for me, mine would be MILF. I do ass worship, femdom, gooning, and JOI. I want everyone to pick 5 niches that you fall into outside of BBW. Cherry.
I go with the switch because I do dom, sub, and switch stuff. I put the Latina because of my background. I put queer because I am pansexual. I also do put pan, actually, specifically because I have sex with all kinds of people. Hey, hey.
That's your niche too, slut.
Tyler just said, "That's my girl." I can hear him say. He's proud of this, okay? I actually use the word slut everywhere too, like on my pages inside, because I do a lot of slutty stuff. So I'll add that one, and that's 5.
All right, Missy.
God, I was reading my list during this.
Cosplay.
So cosplay, like soon I'll be starting to release some cosplay videos. Soon. I just have to figure out what characters. Obviously slut.
Gangbang.
Balls deep.
You're not gonna let me live that down.
Balls deep, cartwheel.
So I'm also a brat, so
There you go.
So there's that. Pansexual, switch.
I think boobs when I think Missy.
Everyone does. Everyone thinks like big
titties.
Massive, gigantic, bonkers, boobs.
Giggles.
Pillows.
Slut.
No.
Slut. Slut. And more slut.
And giggling slut.
Just kidding.
And giggling.
And giggles.
Splits, giggling, twerking.
It is true. She's down there always shaking it. You need it, Giggles. You need to do more dancing videos and stuff like that. Like I need to see you dancing all over TikTok, because you out here on a daily basis. You out here like all day, so you need to be putting that out there.
Yeah. No, I will. As soon as I get to Vegas.
Oh,
freckles.
Yeah, freckles, glasses, curly hair, mixed.
Glasses is a big thing. Like I filmed some videos with my glasses, and I got some fluids on it, and people were going crazy for that. They're like, "Give your glasses more," and I'm like, "Damn, okay."
Daisy, what are your 5 niches?
I mean, my like obvious ones outside of BBW are definitely like MILF because I'm actually a mom, and hot wife because I'm actually married.
Massive booty.
But, yeah, it's just ass and more ass.
Big caboose.
I think like the ones that like my hardcore fans, the thing that my hardcore fans always talk about is like kind of, I know that this is very silly, but how hard I work, like how frequently I post, how much effort I put in my post, because like when I first started, you know, I feel like anybody can take a picture in lingerie and post it, like it's kind of like really easy to do, but like I put a lot of like thought and effort into my posts, whether I'm doing like right now the national days, or if I'm doing, you know, the funny days, or if I'm doing the dad jokes, or if I'm doing the countdowns. Like there's just a lot of effort that goes into planning them, making them happen, and actually posting them.
I would call that more thematic. Like you're a thematic person.
Yeah. Yes, and so I get a lot of like praise from my hardcore fans about that.
Awesome.
So and I want to be eventually in like cosplay like stuff, but like I don't know that I could do cosplay like videos because I suck at the whole like acting during videos.
You don't have to act.
I giggle way too much for that kind of shit. Like
Giggles is already taken. Sorry.
I know. Well, I'm just too immature. Like I'm a fucking 12-year-old boy.
No, you don't have to. When I do cosplay, I don't actually act like I'm the person. I literally did a whole Shigo scene of me being tied up. Not once I went like, impossible, I'm gonna get you.
Although that would have been epic.
It would have damn been a missed opportunity. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
And see, and that's my thing is like I can't do stuff like that. Like shit, my last highway scenes, he tried to have me act, and I was like, this is bad. Like this is bad.
That acting is part of porn. That's a thing, though.
That's a whole category.
That's a whole thing.
All right, well, sign me up for my award. I would like to thank my immaturity.
At
Hi,
Sola,
Whitney.
what are your 5 niches?
Nerdy, alt, cosplay, being tattooed, big titties. I think that's 4. I said cosplay.
Yeah, no, that's 5. You got it.
I got 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
I can't count. So being bad at math. There you go.
That's a good one.
Whether you are
Your ducks though. So
now we want everyone that's watching for you. If you're a fan, I want you to put the 5 categories that you look up the most. And if you're a model, what are your 5 niches? And then if you're watching this after the live, we want you to do this too. So go down in the comments and put, if you're a fan, the 5 niches that you look up the most that interest you. And if you're a model, the 5 that apply to you. So
Oh, I definitely use Latina too, and because I always say my joke of I'm Cuban from the waist down.
ooh.
I always
So
do that.
Ghost, okay. So yesterday, so Ghost is like a huge wrestling fan, and so for a long time we would call him Phantasma, right? Yesterday he says his new nickname for wrestling is Sasson. So when you said that, that reminded me of Ghost being like,
not
Sasson Goya.
yeah.
Not so soon.
I was like,
love that.
okay, my little spicy wrestler. Oh my
Camrose
God.
said what he likes to look for is every overweight woman. So that's you're in the right place, I guess. You are in the right place. Thank you, Camrose, for your comment. While people comment what categories they look the most, I just wanted to get into the next one, which is very simple. It is okay to seek inspiration from other creators, people that look like you. You can go out there, see what they're doing. Yeah, get inspired. Avoid copying it though. Like you don't want to be someone else. You want to be yourself at the end of the day. So if you see someone doing very well and you see their look, it doesn't mean that just because you get that look, you will get the same success or or fans or anything. So always keep to yourself, like true to yourself, while you can still look for inspiration. Anyone has anything to add to that?
I mean, I definitely. Oh, go ahead, Carrie.
No, go ahead.
I can speak since I'm so new to that. I can definitely speak to it. When I first started, like I'm not gonna say any names, but like I kind of replicated what a few girls were doing that were kind of bigger names, where they're more about like, wearing the lingerie and doing the like pouty faces and the like stuff shit like that. And like I did it and it got me followers or whatever, but like I started noticing I would get more engagement when I would just be my goofy self. Like, and that is that's where I started to get more confidence in just like saying, fuck that, that's obviously not me. Like
That's
I'm trying too hard.
So, big tip, probably one of the best tips that anybody could ever give you is you can create a fantasy character, but still be authentic to yourself. I stopped wearing makeup because that's really who I am. I don't love makeup. Like I put it on and I like feeling sexy, but for years in this industry, I did not get in front of the camera. I did not shoot. I didn't do anything if I didn't have makeup on. One day, I had a fan that was like, "I'll pay you X amount of dollars." It was a really good amount of money to jump on cam just the way you are. And I was like, "Okay, I mean, it's money, right? I'm already
Right.
paid before I go live." So
Right.
I jump on cam and I was so shocked at how much money I made by having no makeup on, looking like I just ran through the garden, got super dirty, my hair was all. And he was like, "We want to see you in your natural state, especially since what I do is MILF." I claim like the
Mm-hmm.
whole hot wife, housewife, MILF thing. And he was like, "It's not typical that MILFs look like Stifler's mom. Like, we're not coming home to full makeup in some sexy fur robe." Like, that's just not the reality. And so that's when I started realizing how much power there was in doing what makes me most comfortable, that not wearing makeup makes me uncomfortable, but the process to get ready was a huge chunk of my day. And by the time I get done, I'd be too tired to film or too tired to cam.
Yeah.
So it was natural for me to just jump on cam and, let me tell you, change the direction of my whole brand. And actually, a lot of people feel like I'm more approachable because I don't, look like I'm some. I mean, I'm not saying don't wear makeup. What I'm saying is, for me, a lot of people thought that I wasn't unapproachable, but not wearing makeup makes me seem more like casual and the type of person that, we can have like a real conversation, and that I might be like, "Ooh, you really want to get down?" So anyways, that's just my
See,
be true to
for me, it's
yourself.
the other way. Like for me, I actually like wearing makeup. Like I feel, I don't know, like I feel like when I'm wearing like my
Yeah,
whole
I can
thing,
relate to
my
that
wig
fully.
and everything. So, but the thing is, this I do that when I go out too, not when I'm just doing sex work. So that's still me. That everything I do is still me. I do go out with my pink hair and all of that. So I s- even though I created that thing, and I actually started the pink hair
So
because I wanted a look for Sherry. I actually implemented it in my life because I realized I actually feel like myself when I am doing that. So it's a matter of finding, like you said, finding your thing, but still be authentic. And I love that. But I never did any of my things that I've been doing. I didn't do them because I saw someone and I thought, oh, they're doing well, I should be doing that too. It wasn't like that, because at the end of the day, you'll everyone has to know this too. We can look at their pages, we can look at socials, we can look at their pictures. Maybe they have like super professional stuff out there, but we don't know how really they're doing financially, so we don't know really how it is behind the scenes.
I mean, I kind of disagree. I feel like if you see something that inspires you and you want to try it and see if it works for you, I would have never had done cosplay had it not been for customers who were like, "Oh, I like this person and they do cosplay." And so I received inspiration by looking at people. Now, I'm not saying that I went and like completely replicated what someone
Right.
did, but and I understand, making sure that when you do stuff, you do it authentic to yourself. But at the same time, I would have never have done cosplay, which I ended up being really, really good at and
Hmm.
have made really, really good money from cosplay had I not had that inspiration from other performers. So I feel like there's a line. There's a gray
Yeah.
area, and you want to play with, if you're perfectly comfortable just the way you are and what you're doing is working for you, stay on that road.
Yeah.
Don't change lanes. But if you're looking to, venture into other areas, there's, things that interest you personally, or things that really bring you joy to try out. Like, let's say you're into BDSM, but you've never really done it. Try it.
Try it.
Just try it. But don't force yourself to do things that you don't enjoy doing, or that are going to be a pain in your ass, literally and figuratively, just because you think it's going to make you money. For instance,
Right.
fart videos. I always fart anyways. I
Yeah.
didn't start doing fart videos intentionally. It just kind of happened. and it turned out to be lucrative for me. But it wasn't something that I was like, oh, I'm going to make so much money. It was like happenstance. I'm comparing how much I'm making from hardcore versus my fart store, and my fart store was making 4 times as much as my hardcore. So I was like, bump this. This got to go. We're going to continue to do this because it's really easy to be like and make
It
money.
don't come out for me naturally. I wish I could, but I don't come out for
Daisy's
me.
face.
No, but that's exactly what I was saying. Like, you can get inspiration without copying. Like, I mean, like, there are people out there that they literally see someone that they want to be like, and they go and do the same type of pictures, the same type of outfits, like stuff like that. That's why I'm saying, like, let's stay away from that kind of thing while still looking around and finding our own thing, because I feel like we all can get inspiration from a lot of different things and create our own thing by not just focusing on one person that we want to, like, basically go exactly by. Give me a second, I'm sorry.
It's definitely like, for me specifically, I know when I was first starting out, I was feeling very self-conscious because like the quality of my pictures was not as good, as some of these bigger name people where they're posting these very high quality stills, but yet if I just post my camera up and walk away from the camera in Daisy Dukes, twirl one time and walk back to the camera, I get like a ton of likes for doing something so simple. So it's like, it's just finding what works for you instead of, you don't always have to compare yourself to other people.
Also
And
understand the power in amateur. There's a real thing about, in fact, it's something that I'm going through right now. I have done lots and lots of high quality content, and then I've done lots and lots of amateur. To be honest with you, the amateur sells way better.
Yes. Greetings,
And
Nikki, by the way.
hey, Nikki. And to be honest with you, it's easier to do and produce, and it's cheaper. Because who needs a $2,000 camera if your fans are telling you, I'd just rather you picked up your phone, if you'd have just picked up your phone. And let's face it, we're in 2023. This phone has the capabilities to do the same thing as your $2,000 camera.
yeah.
There's a lot of people that look for that. I actually have talked with a lot of people that do promos on big pages, and they get a lot of people reacting to them, and they all love the amateur stuff so much. I wish this is my thing with me personally. I wish I was more into all the amateur things, because I know that it does better. But because I have a background of like being a photographer and everything, I'm there like, the lighting is not right. This is grainy. Like, it kills me to put something out there that I know is not good quality, and it has worked against me, to be honest. But I'm learning to be like, nah, whatever. They're gonna love this shit. Like, it don't matter what it looks like. I'm learning to definitely let go a little bit of that.
Yeah,
It
like
takes time.
I guess I could add a little bit to the whole like comparing and contrasting thing, because when I first started, sex work was like, was still kind of like, I didn't have anyone to talk to. I had no friends who were in sex work. I was completely on my own. I wasn't in
it's like
groups. I wasn't anything. So the only thing I could go on was what I saw on Twitter. And I didn't see like any like plus size people or anything like that, because all I saw was people who didn't look like me. So for a while I was like, oh my God, like, how do I put myself out there? So I would be like, okay, I guess I have to wear more lingerie. Okay. So I would do that, and it wouldn't really get me anywhere. And then it kind of discouraged me for a bit. So I backed off. But then I went back a little bit, and I just was like, you know what? Let me amp up the goth thing. Because at the time I just had my black hair. And a lot of people, I would tag myself as like a goth person. A lot of people would say, you're not goth. And it comes with the whole being Latina and being like a person of color. A lot of people don't really see that. People tend to think that you're being person of color means you can't be goth, and having just black hair, it was hard. So I was like, okay, well, I am this, like, being alt is a part of who I am. And at the time I had none of these tattoos. So I was like, how do I amp that up? So I started wearing my clothes that I always wore, outside of content. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to wear my lingerie anymore. I can just wear my clothes and then pop my breast out of them. And that became my thing, where I'm always pulling out my breast outside of whatever outfit I'm wearing to show that I'm goth, I'm alt, and I have designer clothes. But then I wanted to really, then I started really going into my nerdy stuff, and I started talking about it more on the timeline and really going into it. And that was really beneficial for me, where people started joining my OnlyFans, joining my platforms, and to talk to me about the things I was talking about. So I was like, oh, wow, this is working. It wasn't right away, but the consistency of me talking about it got them to me. So then I was like, well, when I take my clothes off, no one knows I'm a nerd. So I was like, huh, this will be, you know what'd be great? Getting tattoos. So because I started making more money from this game things, I started making more tattoos. So, or getting more tattoos. So within that year, I went from having nothing on these arms to having them completely covered almost. And they're all nerdy based. And they are all like conversation pieces. I use them in my content. I do Nerds Day Thursday every week now, and it's actually a huge thing where my subscribers like stay for Nerds Day Thursday, which is today, and I always remember because it's the iHeart BBW Day. So, but that's something that like that's how I kind of found my footing. And it was from feeling like I didn't fit in. So what Daisy was saying, I really like related to that, because I was like, that's not working for me. And I just, yeah. So
Let me also add, think about, we're talking about men, right? Our fan base is generally, not all, but generally most of the people that subscribe to us are men. We give them way too much credit. We really do. Men are simple, and men are attracted to women with clothes all the time. Men, women at work, women at school, women in general, women at clubs. The general public is where typically the attraction starts. So when you think about that, that's where normally those interactions would be initiated. It, you not having clothes on to start makes it awkward.
Yeah.
Yes, in some cases they're ready. They're like, yeah, let's get it. I'm ready, baby. But for the, and you have to understand, like, a lot of them are also socially awkward, or don't have the confidence that we seem, that we tend to believe that they have. So you have to take it back and make it simple and make yourself approachable. And this is something that I learned from, and I've said this a few times on Chatterbait when I was Platinum Pussy, and everybody had seen me on all these different sites, and they've seen all my porn movies on whatever site they've seen it on. When I would go live, that's all they talk about. Who was my favorite star to film with? When am I going to shoot for so and so again? Blah 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 blah. Not one token, nothing, just crickets. But I was like, I can't keep jumping on cams and having this issue. One day a light bulb went off, and I was like, I'm going to be a random housewife who just happened to show up on Chatterbait one day and was like, shh, don't tell my husband I'm on cams. He doesn't know. And I would literally be in bed. Ghost would be right next to me. And of course he knows, because, duh. But I would be on cams, and I would be like, my lush is in. And oh my, no, don't tip. Ting. And I'd be like, and I'd just look at him, and he would crack up laughing because he knows, but they don't know. So this gave them incentive to get me caught. I say all that to say that was the personality, the unknown wife that just jumped on cam one day. That's a mom, a housewife, a PTA mom, a soccer mom, dance mom, blah, blah, blah. As you can see.
Mom.
Oh, shut up. I had the baby already. But I think, wait, is it 9 months?
You have not had the baby yet.
I don't know. Am I supposed to be pregnant still? I'm so bad at this. Pregnant. But I said that to say that personality was more approachable than the platinum one, because the platinum one intimidated men. They felt like I was in this goddess cloud of like Hercules and this the Greek gods that I'm a porn star, so I'm expecting these big dicks and these guys that can last for hours, when the reality is that's not the case. But you have to understand, when they think that you are this person that's unattainable, like how often do they go out and meet a porn star? Not very often. So when you take that aspect away from it and make yourself just a regular person, that they very well could go to Walmart and be in the produce section and you pick up the same eggplant. Or, you know what I'm saying? You're at the gas station and you're pumping gas and he's looking at you looking all scrumptiously delicious while you're pumping your gas. Like, those are real scenarios that could very easily happen in their daily lives. And that makes you even more attractive, because that's something they can actually fathom. They can fantasize about that. They can see that actually happening in their real lives. So think about that when you're thinking about your brand, that you want to make it something that's not so, like, for me being pregnant. Hello, I'm almost fucking 50. How many 50-year-old ladies do you know pregnant? Okay.
Well, you gave them a lot of details on who can be pregnant or not at 50.
I did look that shit up, and there was a 78-year-old woman who was the last person, like, she did have a baby. So it wasn't completely out of pocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, I let that one go a little too.
That's another thing. Like, people feel like when you are more approachable, they will get a response from you. There's a lot of people that if they see a product of too much perfection, they feel like they're gonna give you their money and they're gonna waste it because they're never gonna get a reaction from you, or like a personal treatment from you as a creator. So it is good to throw out there the amateur stuff. It is also good to mix it up. I personally mix it up. I do my photo shoots, then I took a shower picture that looks like hell. I really give
I
them a
mean, think
little bit
about
of
it.
everything.
We don't go into Fendi. We don't go into Gucci. Why? Because
Right.
most of us can't afford it. Or for me, even if I could afford it, I wouldn't buy it. I don't see the reason for having a $4,000 handbag, that if someone stole it, I'd be like, oh hell no, motherfucker. Give me my bag back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
That's
would
my
we
bag.
shit. At least my car has insurance. Take the fucking car. Take the $40,000 car. Give me back my $4,000 bag. But I'm just saying, like, for me, I've never been like a brand person. And so I don't go shopping in those stores because I know that I can't afford that shit. So when you make your brand to, like, I'm not saying you can't have high quality content. I'm not saying you can't dress up. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you want to present a personality that makes you approachable, that they would easily be able to join your subscription plan and then come and talk to you, and you'd be like, hey, what's up, babe? Or, depending on what your brand is, you would, respond to them, not be like, oh, I know you did not come and talk to me, motherfucker. Like,
Mhm.
unless that's your brand. But I'm
And
just saying, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and that goes to the next one too. That one of the things that I recommend the most is to showcase your personality and how authentic you are on your Safe for Work social media platforms. Um, I added this one that is recommended to opt for an amateur look, because it's preferred by most people that look up for creators. But if it's not your style, just provide ways for your audience to see you in your natural element without, professional lighting, photo shoots, or anything, just so you can connect with your audience in a meaningful way, making them feel valued and appreciated. And that is important. It's very important, this too, to prioritize paying customers and not allow non-paying customers to consume all of your time. That's very important, because you will have messages from everyone. But if they don't start being paying customers, don't waste your time, because they were never planning to purchase
Well, and
anything
like
from
for
you.
me personally, one thing that I do is whenever, okay, so when you're on OnlyFans and somebody messages you, the first question that I ask is like, what do you want me to call you? Or like, what's your name? Do you want me to call you your name? Do you have a nickname you want me to call? Because you can go and you can alter the name at the top of
Mhm.
OnlyFans and in your personal DMs,
Yeah.
to where then you can know like what to call them, to where you don't have to keep scrolling through your messages. I'm like, fuck, what did he want me to call him? Like, was it Jim Bob? But I mean, the only like, I don't say downside, but like the funny inside joke is like, these fans become fans and they follow
Mhm.
you to Twitter, they follow you to Instagram. So like sometimes I'll be on Instagram Live and like my top paying customers will jump in my Instagram Live and I'll call them their name, and then they'll be like, "Oh shit, you're using my government name," like, and they'll call me out, and it becomes like an inside joke.
Yeah.
But it's because like I feel like I know them. I talk to them constantly.
That was
Oh,
me
I
today
get
on Night Flirt. The first thing I did was like, "Oh, what's your name?" Because he was like, "Oh, I've been following you, blah blah," and I'm like, "What's your name?" And he told me. I do not
Well, and
remember. I have very bad memory. I
well,
couldn't
and
write
I
it
have
down.
one customer who has a different name on each one of his fucking socials. So then to me, it's easier just to call him his real name. And
That's
then I
good.
have another one who has just like silly words as his socials. To where I'm like, dude, I know your name. Like, it feels so weird to not call you your name when I
But
know.
it's good, even especially as a beginner on the industry, to be more personal. Listen, the
Yeah,
people that are like automated messages and they have someone managing their thing, it's because they're already on another level, that they already got very overwhelming to create that personal touch. And sometimes they even hire people that still try to create that personal touch, even if it's not themselves, because they cannot handle it anymore.
I do have some advice. One of the things that I think there are a few things that, as a creator, whether you're new or you've been in the business for a while or you've been in the business for a long time, there are some things that you absolutely must have in your arsenal from the beginning. And if you don't have it and you didn't have it, you should get it now. The first thing is you should have a very well designed logo that is in a transparent with various like black, white,
That's on the
colorful.
points, yeah.
Yeah, you want to have a good logo for watermarking and just for different things so people can identify your brand without your face.
Um,
Second,
oh,
go ahead.
go ahead. No, no, it's just that that's part of the thing. But go ahead,
Oh,
go
oh,
ahead.
oh, oh. The second thing is you want to have some professional headshots. You should definitely, if you don't do anything else, invest in some one set, two sets, three sets, how many ever sets you want to do. It's not something that you have to do every month, every week, or whatever, but you should have safe for work professional headshots to use for banners, for people that want to put you on their website as a guest speaker or whatever it is. You should definitely have some professional headshots. And the third thing that you should have is your website domain.
Hmm. I'm going back into the one before because it's one of the separate points, but I do have the logo, watermark, banners, everything to like be cohesive and match up on throughout your socials and your websites. I do have that. But going back to the thing of showing your personality, a side note is that we always say everything is content, right? And it's not about the content in this case, it's about how everything is content is a thing. Sure, you can record yourself cleaning or cooking or doing things like that, and it can become your content. But for it to be part of your brand and for it to work better for you, you have to make it something consistent that people know
yeah,
they can hope they can see coming from you. So if you do it one day and never do it again, that's not going to do much for you. But if you do it every week, for example, you do a little morning coffee with me, or you do every week a little cleanup day, or you know what I mean, like periodically, they know when to expect it. And believe me, they will tune in for that kind of thing. So you can make that a normal thing that is whatever you have to do it anyways, part of your brand. I was gonna go, I do have that. You should definitely add watermark to your pictures and videos, whether it's a logo or just text. You can just make a little text, like I put mine here just to make an example of it. I i do graphic design, but when I do it for myself, it's so hard for me to pick something that is going to be my forever logo, basically. I had a logo for like 3 years that I didn't finish for my photography. And the other day I did it in 10 minutes. I'm upset about that. But what I mean is that I still did something that I can have for now to use for all my watermarks and everywhere. I put it everywhere. Even if it is not something that completely in love with and I feel like I can find something better for myself, I did it. The most important thing to take from that is not to wait. If you're gonna start doing this, do not wait until you have everything to start putting your content, to start doing your thing and everything, because you're wasting money. You're losing on money. That could
yeah,
be time that people are subscribing already, noticing you and all that. you can do something temporary. Like my logo here is temporary. And when you find your thing, replace it. That's okay. Rebranding is something good for you too. If you go and rebrand and change your colors, change your logo, change whatever you want to change, it could actually be another opportunity to gain more people joining you on your fan club and all that. So it's definitely something that I always tell people, don't wait around to start doing it, to have everything. Just get out there, put something temporary, and then change it. Yeah.
I think we should do 2 truths, 1 lie.
Oh, let me just finish the last tip, and we'll go with just one lie. The last ones, I'm just gonna read them out very quickly. Make sure to partner with fellow creators that have similarities with you, so you can expand your audience. That is also part of your branding. Why? Because the people you relate to, people are going to, connected with you. So just make sure that when you select people, that you look up for references, that they do match your content too, so it actually helps your brand and doesn't actually make it too confusing for other people. And the other one is to have always business cards or stickers in hand to give to people out whenever you go to any of these events. And the bonus one is to select a consistent color scheme for all your graphics and your images, so you can establish another brand identity, like that is noticeable, that people see the colors and they immediately know that this is your content or this is your page. So that is all with the tips. They're all going to be in the blog. So just check out iheartbbw.com and you can find them there. If anyone has questions, just message us too. And let's do it. 2 truths and 1 lie. Unless someone that has something to add to that.
I had something to add, but my camera just went out.
Oh.
Let me try to
We
get
can
on
hear
my,
you.
on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Oh, there I am. Okay. I definitely want to expand just really quickly on your brand of like, people are going to reach out to you. People are going to want to, this is going to sound terrible, but they're going to want to be your first. If you're just starting out, they're going to want to be one of the like first people that shoot with you. They're going to want to be able to add that whole like, what is it, notch to their belt kind of thing. But look into the people first, because for instance, we're BBW. If they're reaching out to you because they want to shoot with you, and then you go to their page and they have nothing but, very, I'm not body shaming.
Not BBWs. Not BBWs.
Yeah.
But non-BBWs.
Yeah.
And that's who they choose to promote over somebody that looks like you, then they're not worth your time necessarily to give them that flower, right? That first hit or whatever. So it's like, you want to make sure that you're feeding into brands that are going to actually promote you and further your brand. So like one example that I have, and one like my like biggest other than like having like Carrie as a mentor that I can always like ask her questions, one of the biggest like benefits for me personally working with iHeart is, without having to collab, just being around these, women or individuals that have the same customers as me, same body types as me, same mentality as me, same confidence level as me. That right there grows my brand. You don't even have to spread your legs to grow your brand. And I think that's like one of the biggest things that iHeart's brought me, is that realization that it's not all about, like, sex work isn't just about sex. Like, growing those customers, you don't just have to have sex to grow those customers. They will pay to see you pull your tits out in a park dressed as Little Red Riding Hood, just like they will pay to see you have sex with somebody that doesn't promote your brand
as Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
What? I said I will pay to see you as Red Riding Hood.
Okay.
But I agree. I love that. That's why I said you always make sure to get references, because it's your brand. You have to protect it, and the people that you connect with affect your brand too. Now, moving on to the end.
Can I add on that?
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
So yeah, like you have to like look to see like what other people have like worked with in the past. But at the same time, like for me, I was someone's like first ever BBW, But at the same time, like once we saw the sales from that video, like our first video together, and how like it's been one of the top sellers, that opened the door for like more BBWs to come in, because people are seeing that like the video that I did with this dude, you know who I'm talking about, Cherry.
Yep.
So because like I was his first BBW, and like
awesome.
our first video as well as like our second video have been like selling really well for him. I have had like BBWs come up to me and be like, hey, like, what was your experience with this dude? Did you enjoy working with him? I'm just like, yeah, like I vouch for him no matter what. Like he's my go-to guy for content creation. I'm actually working with him in like 2 weeks. So I know that's gonna be a lot of fun.
But you can tell, because the difference is because he worked with you. You were the first BBW, but he posted you on his page and everywhere. There are people that are there filming with BBWs all the time, and you don't see any of them on their main page.
And they post it on
So that's the
Pornhub
difference.
for free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for free. So it's like they
thing.
Or
value
they'll post
you.
it on their mini vids for super cheap and shit. And
Yeah,
like
so
that's my thing.
There's definitely a difference with someone that doesn't have the experience and someone that does it all the time, but they don't put you out there.
Yeah,
I
so
there's a big
totally-
difference.
So like I was saying, like definitely do your research, definitely look at what people have done, like see how much they're being promoted, because like I believe that it doesn't matter like what body type you have, what your skin color is, like you deserve as much promotion as like the like more like mainstream girls that you'd see on the internet. So if you see like anyone that's like not in like that cookie cutter mold getting that same promotion, then they're definitely worth it.
Here's what I have to say about this. Go ahead.
It's something you have to negotiate before you shoot with them. Make sure you're negotiating what is your promotion strategy going to be before you
agree.
You know, before you let it happen.
Yeah, before you agree to it.
Also understand you are in control. So we can't control how much visibility we have from other companies, but you have how much you can control how much visibility you get from the people that you collab with. And that's a conversation you should be having. Are we going to collab together? Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. How much do you plan to promote this? Where do you plan to put this? How much are you going to sell this for? I have a very detailed model release form in 2257 that specifically states that you cannot resell that content to companies or producers or anybody for that matter. You can put it on your fan site. You can put it on your website. If it's a sales site, you can't post it for free. You can put it on ManyVids, clips for sale, or whatever, but you can't put it up for free. And I also limit how much of the trailer that you can put on Twitter, because it defeats the purpose of me selling the video for X amount of dollars if they can go on Twitter and see 2 minutes of the fucking video in a trailer, which I feel like if you're doing your own content and you want to post a 2-minute video, that's up to you. But when I'm in the video and I've put in my hard work and likely come out of pocket to make this happen, I have a right to say, I think that 30 seconds is plenty of time to show the goodies. So you have the right to dictate that.
And one last thing, as BBW is also is very important to, like you said, discuss before how you're going to be marketed, but also the terms that are going to be used about you. You can find in porn BBWs that are referred to as pig, whale, whatever the hell, God destroyed, and this, and you know what I mean? Like very, very demeaning terms. If you don't want to be one of those persons, that is something that you should definitely discuss before too. Because once you sign a 2257 and give them that release form, they do with that content whatever they want.
Also, you can not to get too far into this because this is a whole conversation of its own, but I also, because the content that I produced, you know, I've been in the game for a long time, and a lot of people ask me why I don't have any scenes with any white guys, and I'm like, because, you know, 10 years ago there really wasn't a large pool of talent that shot with BBWs, let alone a diverse lineup of talent. And so I shot with what I had access to and what I, you know, what I felt a connection with, because I was pretty picky. I'm very selective. And so by the time that I retired, I was actually working on a project that I would have shot with you know, Caucasian talent, but it just didn't happen because I decided I didn't want to be in the adult industry anymore. But one of the things that I was starting to do as I retired, and something I recommend people do now, is also look at the terms that are being used to identify the kind of content that you're
Yep.
in. And there are derogatory terms that I'm like, you cannot use this, that, and the third. BBC, interracial,
Yep.
anything that uses people of color in a way that is offensive, I'm not with that.
Yep.
So, and that was kind of one of the reasons why I got out of doing porn, was because, people would be like, well, I can sell it however I want to. And I'm like, I don't want to participate in that. That's not something that I am okay with. And so, that's another thing that you want to think about, is like, what are some trigger words, or what are some words that are offensive that you don't want your brand, because if your face is on it, you're
Yep.
promoting that content, whether it's,
Even if you didn't upload it.
even if you didn't upload it, just you showing up for the scene. And a lot of people don't realize you have no control over that. It's not like you sit on set and they say, you're going to be on the cover of Big Fat Whale. This is the DVD for Big Fat Whale. Oftentimes they shoot all the content, they put it together, and then they say, let's come up with a crafty title for this DVD. Big Fat Whale sounds really good for these fatties. Like, what a great name. And then they're like describing the content, and they're like, what are some keywords that we can use? Huge, fat, obese, like, not thinking that, that should have been a conversation we should have had in the midst of negotiations. So, and another reason why I quit doing porn, because nothing is more disheartening than to go and think you're shooting for this company. It's going to be this dope scene that you might get nominated for an award for. And then next thing you know, you're on the cover of, what's the one with the whale? Do you remember the name of it?
Natural Geographic?
Huh?
Free Willy.
No.
I said National Geographic.
No, there's actual DVDs that I got really lucky
don't know.
because I fought to not be in that DVD. I got put on something else. But it's called something, His First Whale, or I don't know. It's some kind of whale title. And I remember just being like, if I would have ended up in that DVD, how devastated I would have been. But
And
anyways.
hey, it's not to shame people from using those terms, because there are people that like to be humiliated that well, or people
More
that are
power
like,
to you.
listen, a check is a check is a check, and they don't care. But it's a matter of like, if you have a brand and you want to protect it, just to have those conversations before you accept doing anything.
Wait. Was it called whale watching?
Yes, that's what it was called.
I'm literally Googling.
Did you Google it?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm done.
Yeah,
But
it's called whale
anyways,
watching. Yeah.
I
so
think this
moving
was a
along.
great conversation, and I feel like all these tips would be very helpful for any babies in the industry.
Or anybody.
Anybody, honestly, not even just in the industry. Like people like Giggles, I feel like they can benefit off there. Like she already got great branding with the name. We're gonna get her giggles.com, giggleShakesass.com. Giggles is a slut.com. I'm kidding.
Giggles the slut. I like that. I was just thinking that. Giggles the slut 69.
And I
Love
would
you,
say,
Giggles.
no, but it's beneficial for everyone that has any kind of brand and presence online. It's just like we're trying to make it a little bit more specific to the industry. Let's play a last game before we go off.
Okay.
Are we starting with Carrie? Because last time she failed. Go ahead.
Last time I did fail. Okay. We're going to talk about at least I am, 2 truths, 1 lie. So 1, I was on Playboy Radio. 2, I've been in a gangbang. And 3, I've done anal.
I know already which one it is.
Which one is it?
You're never done anal.
No gangbang.
Ding, ding, ding. Daisy is correct. I do anal all the time, Cher. Love me some anal.
Really?
And
you haven't done rimming. Rimming is the one you haven't
No,
done.
I have not eaten no booty.
There we go. Rimming is the one.
Listen.
I knew we were talking about one that you didn't do.
Yeah, I'm not a hater. It just ain't for me. Just like spicy food ain't for some people. It just ain't for me. But I never did a gangbang. It never even interested me.
I want to do one.
I have
I want
ADD.
everyone
Like I'm
so
just like, what am
bad.
I supposed to be doing? Am I sucking? Am I
Like
drinking?
immediately when you said
I've
gangbang, like
kind of
okay,
done.
I'm just gonna like die here.
Just
I've
breathe on
kind
it.
of
You're
done
like,
one. I just never know how many people classify as a gangbang. So I'm like, all right.
power dream.
What's the most
Huh?
that you've been with, Azula?
Um,
In one scene at the same time.
one scene at the same time. Um, 9, but it was like an orgy, and it was with all femmes, so no one had a penis. Um,
So
and
reverse
then
gangbang.
I did one scene where I was like strapped to a chair with ropes, these like pretty ropes, and everyone like they kept calling it a gangbang, but there was only 3 of them, and they all had straps, and they all like fucked me like that. And then I did do one scene with my 2 partners and Miss Mary Max, and that's it. That's it. So like, I guess 3 people with penises.
Okay.
That's it. But I'm like,
Sherry.
is that
I'm
classified?
literally thinking, Missy, you go ahead. I can't think right now. Go ahead.
Okay. So I've never been out of the country before. I can make my tongue touch my nose, and I'm on the hunt to find 2 new cats in my next place.
You've never been out of the country.
Yeah. I'm sorry, like I was like trying to like think of like everything, but the lie is that I've never been out of the country. I went to Costa Rica back in 2015. So I was just like this wee 19-year-old lass just exploring Costa Rica. That was my first time I ever really had alcohol.
So you've been out of the country.
Yeah, that was the lie.
Wait.
The lie wasn't.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. She has.
Got it.
Damn it. Damn, you got it there. Because I was like, yeah, no, she totally hasn't.
I've been a slut. That's a lie.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'm gonna do mine real quick while my camera's on.
Okay.
I already wrote mine down.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to do a male female threesome. I want to do a male female threesome, and I don't like animals.
The first one.
Whatever has a female.
Yeah, it's whatever has a female. I'm not ready for that. I don't like animals either.
Azula.
My favorite horror film is Scream. I like tabletop board games, and I used to play badminton.
You used to play badminton.
Scream is not your favorite. I feel like it would be something more gory.
I feel like Jigsaw would be your favorite movie. Or no, yeah. Jigsaw's the... Yeah, it has to be Jigsaw. Or was it Jigsaw?
Is that the lie?
Scream is not my favorite horror movie. That is the lie.
What is your favorite horror movie?
Hereditary.
How did I know?
Of course, it's got to be really intense, just like me.
I got mine. I figured it out.
Okay, go ahead, Cherry.
Okay. Malta is my favorite drink. I shot myself in the middle of a sunflower field in Scotland because I took a medicine that gave me the brownies. And I fucked 13 people during Exotica, Chicago.
You what in Chicago?
I said
the second one she shit her pants.
It's either I think it could. It's either the first
let me go again. Malta's my favorite drink.
It's either the first or the last one, but only
sunflower field in Scotland because I took a medicine that made me shit myself, and I fucked 13 people during Exotica.
Isn't boba your favorite drink?
What? Malta is my favorite drink, actually.
So it's the last. You fucked more than 13.
I fucked less than 13. That was a lie. I did shit myself in a sunflower field and in Scotland.
I was gonna say it's either the first one or the last one, but only the last one because the number's wrong.
No, I only like collab with like 3 people. I think at Exotica. 3, 4, something like that. I don't know.
I thought it was more. I was like, slut.
No.
Oh, wait. That was giggles.
That was giggles. Only on Saturday night, all of it.
Me. No, was not me. Oh my god.
What is going on, Giggles? Jeez.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, now we need your two truths and a lie.
I'm terrible at this game. I promise you. Okay.
I apologize, Saint Babe. Saint Tabe. Sorry that the comments I don't know why they didn't load, and now I see them all. But I see that they see that the contracts before shooting, a lot of prep for rimming, and they were guessing also. So thank you for participating. You go ahead, Giggles.
Would you like to pass?
Giggles, is she stuck?
Giggles just frozen.
Oh,
She's just too shocked.
I thought it was just me.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm moving across the country. I'm moving to the West Coast soon. I come from a big family, or I have did anal before.
You've never done anal.
Never done anal. Even though she's slut. I'm kidding.
We may have to take her slut card if she's never done anal.
Anal is the best.
Anal is not the best. It's terrible.
Oh, so you've done it.
Wait, someone said
So
I
what's
know
the
who
lie?
69 was with in Chi-Town.
Is it the first
What?
one?
No, I am moving to the West Coast.
Oh,
So
okay.
then-
I messed it up. I told you I'm terrible at this game. I gave 3 truths.
Oh my God, they're all true. I'm dead. I'm dead.
I thought you don't like anal.
I don't. I did it. I did it one time,
Oh.
and the person just rammed in, and I bled really bad, and that's why I don't like
Oh
it.
no, you gotta go
So then
in and out,
I
in
don't
and
like
out,
And
in and
lube.
out.
Lube is your best friend.
Prepare, keep
it.
going, and then do it again.
I told you I'm terrible at this game.
In and
Again,
out,
Cherry.
It's like in and out, and then keep.
No, Cherry, no.
No, Carrie, like how I prep for anal, like I just start like a thumb, just like going in, so that way like I can like relax, and then slowly just like add like another finger in, and then I don't do like I don't put like a dick in there until I can at least get like 2 fingers in there.
Girl, my booty hungry. My booty don't care.
Oh
said, "Go
my
in."
God.
That's too much.
Okay, and with that, we end the live tonight. Good
right.
night, everyone.
Wait.
Y'all
We gotta
are
do
wild.
the formal stuff. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. Get this video to 100 likes. We have some surprises coming for you. We are going to be changing up the format of our channel. Do not freak out. We're going to have more content, just less lives.
Yes.
Witchy Wednesday is still on board. We're just trying to change the format up a little bit so that we can give everyone an opportunity to be on the YouTube channel, because the live thing doesn't work for everyone's schedule. And we just are making some changes. We want to make this a pleasant experience for everyone involved and make it easy and fun and entertaining. But nonetheless, we want to get this video to 100 likes. And how many views, Cherry?
Ooh.
1,000. I think we should aim high. 1,000
Yeah,
views.
let's go for 1,000 for sure.
Let's
I
go
was
for
gonna say
1,000.
next week we are going to be live from, well, the people that are there are gonna be live from XBiz. The other people are gonna join. And also
Don't forget.
no, listen,
We probably will.
this is the thing. It was 420. Nothing in 420 we're responsible for. Like, that's all I'm saying there.
True.
That's all I'm saying there. But no, next week we're definitely gonna try to be live on XBiz, but on Wednesday we will not be having a Witchy Wednesday because we will be down there. But make sure to check the blog iheartbbw.com so you can find a little dream journal that Jess T Cakes is gonna make for you, so you can keep track of your dreams. And on May 24th, you will be able to get them interpreted. So go on the live on May 24th because you could have your dream interpreted. And that's cool.
Is it?
It is
Is it,
very
Cherry?
cool.
Just do it.
Do it.
With that being said, we want to say
Make
thank
your
you.
dreams come true.
Oh, yeah. Make your dreams come true. We want to say thank you to everyone who has watched the live, participated in the comments, and for those that are watching the replay, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you can be made aware of when we go live and when we upload new content. Get this to 100 likes and 1,000 views. We are going to start doing some merch giveaways again and all kinds of cool stuff. So, definitely you want to come back for more. And we will be we're changing up some things on the website and some of the application forms and whatnot. Don't worry, your information is still safe. It's still there. We're just going to be changing up some of the questions and all that kind of fun stuff, but we will be talking about Exotica Miami very soon, just not yet. But with that being said, we're going to close this out. Everyone, you know what time it is?
Goodbye.
And if you're in the audience, we want to see your hearts too, even though we can't actually see you. But
put your
we
hearts
want
on
your
your
hearts.
story and tag us.
put your hand. Actually, I have a project for everybody who's watching. I want to see your selfie right now with us in the background and your heart and post it on social media. Tag iHeartBBWCOM and we will put you on our stories. How about that? What do you think, Cherry?
Yes, I like it.
I love it. So
do
let's see your
it.
hearts. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys at our next live, which I'm not sure when that is, but but thank you so much. And with that being said, have an awesome Thursday, everyone. Or
And it's
Friday.
next
It's Friday
Friday,
now.
just in
Yeah.
case it is next Thursday. Good night.
Bye.
Yay, good
Bye.
night.